Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Home from Work by Stash Truchowski. This is a first-person horror/adventure game about coming home from work and finding that your home seems to be haunted by some sort of I almost said paranormal, but it's paranormal activity. It goes to show you how many times I've said that now. It's kind of funny. So this is version 2.0 apparently, and let's see what the about says. Gives us a little bit of a plot summary here. You arrive home from work after a late night working at the office, helping your friend Andy remarks with his financial problems. I think there might be a bit of a sentence fragment there or something, or maybe I just read it strangely. Once you arrive home, you begin to encounter some paranormal phenomenons which frighten you but interest your curiosity. You begin observing and investigating the house to later on discover that you're not alone in your very own home. Alright, well that's a premise if I've ever seen one. I wish the menu screen didn't have that flashing light the whole time. I understand it's very spoopy and all that, but like, I don't know. Epilepsy warning, I guess, maybe a little bit late at this point, but you probably saw it by now, and maybe I'll include that in the description like I like to do. So why don't we begin the game, and I should go in mentioning I have absolutely no experience with this game whatsoever. I have not seen even beyond this menu, so this will be completely blind. Let's load the map and see what we can do. Finally arrived home for late night at work. It's currently 8:31 p.m. on a Monday, November 2014. Toggle light switch is pressing E. This goes the same with doors. Light switches are marked with light blue lights. Okay, fair enough. There we go. So we can see a light switch. Let's turn on that light switch. Very good. Okay, so let's make our way around. Oh, excuse me. I wasn't facing that. Oh, we've got a sanity meter. Oh, we're doing the Eternal Darkness reference here. That's good news. Okay, first impression. Well, first impression. What's up with this filter on the texture? That's kind of distracting. Pretty sure I've seen this. I think this is just a Photoshop filter, perhaps. Not sure exactly which one it is, but I'm pretty sure I've used it before and probably shouldn't have. So first impression. This architecture reminds me a lot of a friend's house that I've actually been in, so that's kind of funny, and I feel like I already know where the rooms are going to be, just having gone up these stairs, but actually, okay, so that my friend's house didn't have, like, a giant fireplace or piece of art or whatever this is hanging in this spot. That's okay. I think it's probably for the best. Ooh, fancy. We've got a fancy house here. Look at all these paintings. I am impressed. All right, whoever put this house together got a budget behind things. So we're just slowly making our way around. I kind of like the idea behind this already. It's reminding me a little bit of Gone Home in the whole, like, explore a room, turn on the lights, see what's going on in it type of thing. Oh, I think there's a shadow person standing outside in that light. It's a strange arrangement, too. I'm not sure I've seen too many gardens with what looks to be like a street light just sitting there by it. I won't dwell on it, though. I will dwell, though, on these texture seams that seem to be popping in and out. I don't know if you can see it very well, but at the corner of that window, we've got overlapping textures. This is what happens when you put architecture or geometry on top of each other, so they're not sure which is the texture that should be on the top. So in this case, you probably just would have wanted to, like, make that polygon chunk be flush with the one next to it instead of having them overlap. It's a simple enough thing to fix, but I see it happen all the time. Kind of happens when you sort of puzzle together or piece together a bit of geometry, like piecemeal, instead of doing it as one solidified chunk. And as you can see, there's a lot of things that are jumping out. We've got corners on all of these cabinets. We've got the edges here along this, the grouting, and it cuts right through that light switch. Anyway, I'm dwelling on that for far too long. Hopefully, the average person would look right past something like that. Oh my god, it's on all of these sections by the stove. Okay, well, for me, it's a little difficult not to notice, but for most people, maybe it wouldn't be. So I kind of want to go outside and explore what's up with that shadow person hanging out in the light out there. You know, of all things, you know, if you're made out of shadows, probably you would want to go hang out in a place where it's dark, but maybe that shadow person wants to be seen for some reason. So I want to investigate and see what's up with that. What is this? Is that a mirror? What is any of this stuff? Is this a one-way mirror? What's going on here? This looks to be a bathroom. Yes, okay, I'm pretty sure that's a bathroom. That may be one of those really fancy, pretentious sinks that it didn't even occur to me it was a sink at first. I thought it was a lectern, and I thought that was a lectern light, and that we were standing at a podium, and maybe you would prepare your speech, and then, or take notes maybe as you're watching someone through this one-way mirror, and on the other side they think it's just a mirror, but we can see them. But if that's supposed to be a mirror, that's one of the stranger textures I've ever seen used for that. It's a little bit sad just because, like, the immersion of this apartment or this house is pretty good. I mean, aside from all these little texture seams that are just cropping up everywhere, I'm somewhat enjoying looking around in this place. Oh, we've got formulas. That looks like it's just a straight-up picture. Somebody just took a picture of a whiteboard, which is always an entertaining thing to run into. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I don't think I can interact with any of the cabinets, unfortunately, because I would like to see this tale be told through all of the various things that we run into in all the rooms, and this bed doesn't seem to have anything on it at all. Oh man, you can't let those texture seams happen like that everywhere. There's even one in the floorboards, although I guess I could be more convinced that that's plausible, considering floorboards actually should have separations in them on occasion. So let's keep going through another room here. What the hell is someone on the roof who could possibly be up there? Is it Santa Claus? It could be. That is a very large television. My goodness, if you were sitting on this bed watching a television that big, well, I guess you don't get a good sense of perspective, but in actual reality, that's a very widescreen, very large television. I don't know what that aspect ratio is, but I'm pretty sure they don't make movies that would accommodate it. Are you still standing out there, creepy person? I think you are. Okay, well, we'll get to you soon. I'll press E to toggle the door. We've got another one of those crazy freaking mirrors. I think I just heard a squeaky sound, and my sanity went down by 5%, so I'm going to hope for the best and say it's probably nothing bad. Probably everything's fine. I just lost a little bit of sanity, because that's how life works. You know, day by day, you work your way down through the sanity meter that is, you know, your brain. You only have so much capacity for that sort of thing. More squeakies. Okay. Nobody's made any beds. Who's sleeping in this building? There's no covers, there's no pillows, there's no anything, there's no blankets. Gotta be very unfulfilling sleeping in this house. Can I go in the attic? All the terrifying things happen in the attic. I want to get in there. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, that's too bad. I guess we will go down the stairs. Oh, unless we can go outside, which I bet we probably can. You know what, before we go outside, since we know there's something scary out there, I want to finish exploring the house first. And then we'll head out, if we're even allowed to, which I'm not sure. Oh man, this is a really nice house. I was expecting this to just be like a crappy little unfinished basement with a closet or something, and that would be the end of it. But no, another freaking massive television, as well as some very boxy-looking couches. That's okay. Sometimes you prefer a boxy-looking couch. It's really your own personal preference what you're up to. And we've got a ping pong table here. I'd like to go play ping pong with a ghost if anybody wants to join me. No, didn't think so. Okay, well, I guess we're still getting unpacked and everything because these boxes are still here. And there's no railing on these stairs, which I have to say has got to be a little bit of a hazard, right? But I do like the way that the character seems to approach the staircase. It's a little bit more like an actual human being might. Oh, now I've got a case of the wobbles. And I also can't open the front door, which is a little disheartening. At least give me one of those Resident Evil 1 sequences where you open the door and, like, some crazy beast shoots out that you've never seen before and never see again. I wish the boxes would just unbox themselves. I know, right? Sucks. You have this freaking amazing house, and it sucks that you've got to take all the stuff out of your boxes. Why don't you hire somebody to take all the stuff out of the boxes for you? You got all this stuff everywhere. I'm guessing you must be like a famous painter, right? It's the only way that I could see this happening with all these works of art here. Unless you just really appreciate art, and that's fine too. Alright, we've toggled the light. This is our circuit breaker. Pretty sure we're going to have to come back to this at some point, because if I've ever played a horror game, lights go out. That's just what they do. It's just how they go, and I've accepted it, and I've moved past that. Man, this person has such a unified sink architecture. Every single sink in the entire house is the same one. Almost seems like they didn't want to make a different model. Or maybe they just have a consistent interior decorator. That's probably more plausible, right? Alright, so it looks like another fairly generic room. Nothing going on in any of these. How many bedrooms does that make this? There was, what was it? This is the third one at least? 3, 4? I don't know, I lost count. If you're in a house where you can lose count how many bedrooms you have, you know, things could be worse than unpacking. Flammable gas. Okay, this looks like it's also going to play a role, perhaps. And is this light going to be a problem for us? Oh, okay, that's actually on. It's still emitting a slight blue light, though. That's why I was confused. But, you know, it's not a bad idea, actually, to have just a very dim blue light or some kind of colored lighting over your... I want to say fixtures. This is not a fixture. The switches, I guess. Let's go outside now. Can we do this? No? We can't. Well, that's really disappointing. I was really hoping we get to go outside and hang out with our friend. Are you? Yeah, you're still there. Alright, so where else can we even go then at this point? We've really just got the attic, if that's even a plausible option, which I'm not sure it is. And then we start revisiting all these rooms. Yeah, there's just bedrooms galore. We've got 3 right here. And only 1 bathroom up here, which I guess, you know, could be worse. But then we got another bedroom downstairs and another bathroom. So, you know, pretty full family, I think, could fit in this house pretty comfortably. What's going on behind the TV? Anything? No, just get some good distance on the jumps. That's about it. So it looks like I've turned on all the lights. Everything's feeling good. Everything's fine. No spookiness, really. Really can't get up to the attic. Just triple confirm that. Oh, right, I forgot there's another... Oh, press M to light a match. Try to get the power back on. Well, good for me, I know where to go. Forgot there was this one, though. So that actually makes this probably the master. Uh-oh, spoopies. Alright, what's gonna happen to us, guys? I know right where the circuit breaker is, but that's a long way between where we are and where we're going, right? Alright. Thankfully, I've got this architecture pretty much worked out. Oh, the match has already gone out. My sanity is going down at a pretty alarming rate as well. Nothing really has happened, though. So, I mean, there was just that one little scary moment where it made like a creaky sound and there's something on the roof. But I should be able to handle that as, you know, a well-adjusted adult that I am. Nothing particularly sanity declining should have really played a role here yet. What's up with the wallpaper? Have we gotten a good look at that yet? It looks just sort of like repetitive stone texture. Oh, we've got something happening over here, apparently. We've got a heartbeat sound. I want to call also, if we do end up sticking around long enough, this seems very much like the type of thing where a television would turn on by itself and start playing some stuff. I didn't realize there's like a fabric table here. Is this... looks like a fabric table. I don't think I've hardly ever seen a fabric table. Is it actually... oh, it's actually got legs. Is it just an ottoman? Is it a squished ottoman? Maybe this is for the whole family to put their feet up on? I don't know. Oh. What's that? I think I hear some walking going on upstairs. Let's go investigate that. Should take a moment and just appreciate all this art. The hell, my dining chairs? How did they... oh, man, why did they get up there? Why would they be up on the table like that? Well, that's probably not good, right? Unless maybe there was a really good reason. Oh, man, I'm stuck on the light. There we go. Maybe there was a good reason for them to be up there. Let's think about this skeptically and rationally. Maybe what happened... because there's that whole story about, like, the rocks in the middle of the desert and how they move and they leave little lines in the sand. And that was explained away by the fact that there's actually, at night, the water, like, cools into the ground and then it forms little bits of ice and stuff. And then that actually causes the rocks to condensate, I think, and the rocks then get the bits of ice stuck to them. And then they roll off the other bits of ice, I guess. And I'm just kind of sort of half making this up as I can sort of half remember it. But whatever it is, over the course of quite a bit of time, the rocks actually tend to slide along the desert. So I'm assuming probably we've got a pretty good story along those same lines for why those chairs might be up there. Maybe there's bits of ice condensating onto them, and then as the night rolls on, the chairs are actually hoisted up by a rudimentary pulley system that gets them up onto the table because there's actually like a physics problem with them staying on the ground. I'm pretty sure this is all rational. Where am I supposed to go now? Do I head back to the basement? So this is a thing that I've noticed seems to happen quite a bit, actually, in these types of games. there isn't really anything directly compelling you to go in any one direction. You just end up in this position where, if this was like an RPG, we would be in grinding position, but we're not in an RPG, so we're just basically wandering aimlessly until something happens. So if I was an actual person in this position, I don't know, if I was scared enough, maybe I would, like, go to my car and drive somewhere that's not here. But I don't have that option in this case. All I have is the constraints of the game and what it's given me, and I can only walk back and forth within my house over and over and over again until something changes, which is, you know, I guess a little bit disheartening. I feel like I've had not enough options to adequately represent the course of action that I might have taken as the player. And, you know, the more free choice and the more options that the player has, the more gratifying and immersive an experience tends to be. So I feel a little bit like I'm being boxed off in this particular case. But it's also not such a massive landscape, or in this case, house, that I feel particularly slighted by it. The whole thing seems to take, you know, about a minute for me to do a lap on. Just kind of a strange bathroom. It's just a sink. Just a weird, pretentious sink with a mirror. Well, I guess it's a half bath, but it's like a quarter bath. Is that a thing? I thought a half bath was like, has a oh, jeez. All right, well, you should drop chairs on me then. Are those physics? What are we doing with the chair physics? Come on now. All right, worked its way down. But yeah, I thought a half bath was like not a shower, but a toilet and a sink. But this is like, you don't even have that. So I don't know. I'm just waiting for them to unlock the door so I can go into the backyard. My sanity is actually at 48% at this point, which I guess I was going to say maybe that's a little bit inadequate, but then again, thinking about it, you know, something just randomly dropped a chair on my head. Probably would be kind of upset about that myself, to be perfectly honest. Okay, are we going to unlock the attic yet? I'd really love to go up there and see what's going on. Hook me up with the attic, please. That's where all the good spooky stuff always is. The other thing, give me some ulterior motives. Give me something to do outside of just be scared, right? Like, I want to be able to go... Oh, okay. Alarm's going off or something. I want to be able to go and try and accomplish some tasks and find myself sidetracked as I go to do that. Because right now, all I seem to be able to do is I go from this master bedroom back down to the basement. Yeah, the smoke alarm's going off. Kind of for no reason, I guess, because there's not really any smoke here as far as I can tell. Oh, gas line needs to go off. Yeah, alright, that's fair. I'm going to hurry my way down to that. This is the kind of thing I was just talking about, actually. This is a good example of a case where they actually gave me a goal. And, you know, the circuit breaker was also a case like that. I have to press H? Okay, so for the first time in the entire game, I use H instead of E. That's sort of random, isn't it? Probably don't want to just randomly change up the buttons halfway through the game for some reason. I don't really understand why you would do that. It's E to interact, because that's where your finger naturally works and goes. But H is a little bit further over, and I don't think you're going to accidentally trip that, if that's what we're worried about. So we've got a heartbeat again in my ear. Character's still standing out there in the light. And I suppose we would, at this point, resume checking for the back door. Still doesn't open. The gas line's been turned off. Where else do I go at this point? I've gone back to the basement again. Gone back up, so I guess we'll go back into the master bedroom one more time. Because I've become obsessive about, for whatever reason, I need to keep coming into this room over and over again. And that seems to trigger about half of the events. No, that's not the case. Can we go into the attic yet? No. Oh, what's that? Oh, okay. That gave me a weird feeling. I couldn't understand what that shape was that I was looking at. I was like, ooh. Made a little vibrating sound as it charged at me. Kind of a low resonating... oh, the painting. Oh, well, my sanity's pretty low at this point. Can I leave my house? Am I locked in my own house? Oh, the paintings have fallen off the walls. The whole house has fallen into shambles. Alright, well, I think it's pretty certain something's going on now. I think we've pretty much established this. The door's off the hinges. Why don't you manifest in some way that is a little bit more meaningful to me, Mr. or Mrs. Ghost? Why do you have to be so passive-aggressive for the most part? You've only tried to actually hurt me once, and that's just by throwing a chair on my head, which probably... Well, okay, I guess if it hit me just right, it could do some serious damage. But for the most part, probably would just bounce off your shoulder or something and be like, ah, my shoulder really hurts now for a while. And that would be the end of that story, except for the whole psychological terror element. So where do we go from here? We've got a vibrating spirit. Seems intent on doing something, but I don't know exactly what. If it would tell me or give me some sort of indication as to how I could help it or do something for it, maybe I would do that thing. But if the thing that it wants is for me to leave, I don't have that option. So I'm here subjected to its whims at this point, and I don't even know what room. Are there more TVs? Are the TVs multiplying at this point? No, I think there were 2 in here before. There's a monitor and a TV. What are you gonna do with all these TVs everywhere? You can watch a million versions of Game of Thrones at the same time, huh? And looking back out through the window, seems like we're pretty much done. Oh, I need to hide in my bedroom shower, close all doors. Oh, you're serious? You're gonna make me close all the doors or just this door? Because I'm not going through the whole house again. I'll just close these 2 doors, see if that satisfies the conditions. Oh my god, we've got some crazy fisheye lens thing going on now. Close the door, please. Okay, close the door. Hide in the shower. Okay, now we're gonna have our slender moment, or not our slender, our amnesia moment. Where scary thing happens slightly outside of my field of vision. Can you hear something snap crackling outside? I'm gonna look. Because basically I just needed to trigger the event, right? Oh my god, that lens is so wild. I don't even think I'm allowed to open the door anymore. What even is that sound supposed to be? Creaking wood that just never stops creaking? Character seems pretty upset about this. It's just creaking wood, man. Go spend the night in the woods, you'll know. There's little gusts of wind every now and then. It's not so bad. Or maybe you're just thinking this is like a Ju-on kind of creature. Maybe something that opens its mouth and makes a clicking sound, right? It could be something like that. Well, is it getting... Are we reaching a climax to all the clicking now? Can I come back out? Let's get to the payoff moment. I'll just turn my lights on and off for a while. Ah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Is the light switch further away? I think I'm walking toward it, but I can't reach it. I can't tell if it's because I'm just running into the bed, though. Ah, there we go. My sanity is now at 8%, and I may not turn this back on. I'm going to turn around, there's going to be a horrifying beast, and then we're going to call it a day, right? Let's get on with it. Can we go outside still? I still want to go outside. Why can't you let me do that? Oh, the mirror. Maybe it'll be in this weird line mirror. Can we get... No? Maybe in the shower again? I can't even find where the shower is. There it is. There we go. I'm all the way in. Pitch black screen. You got what you wanted from me. It's like every freaking game I play terminates in a completely pitch black screen. Press E to toggle door. There we go. Oh, I think I toggled my own self into the room. How long do you want me to stand in the dark, man? Let's do this. Let's get this over with. There's only so many heartbeats you can hear. Kick out the window or go away. Do something. I'm going to be very disappointed if this ends up being the end-all, be-all of this whole experience. I doubt it, right? Like, horror games always have to end with a jump scare. That's just the way it goes. Although, that would break common conventions if they decided today's the day we're just going to let the character just kind of sit and rot away indefinitely. There really doesn't seem to be much going on. Pretty sure I've walked through all the areas in this general vicinity, right? Like, I've tripped all the tags possible as far as I'm aware. The light doesn't turn back on. I've tried many a time now. The door doesn't open that's next to it. Or does it? Does it? Oh, it does now. Oh, I should have tried that more. Well, I mean, I can't see where I'm going at all. So, front door? Really? You expect me to go down into the basement? You think I'm going to turn the light on again? Ah, okay. You got me. John was never the same that day. He never really talked to anyone or even left the house lately. John was my friend. We've known each other for years, and never in those years have I seen him act this way. I don't know what happened in that house of his. Maybe he was right. Maybe something was going on in that house, something demonic. John told me, if you ever see it, that thing, you will never forget its face. It will haunt you and change you. Promise me you will never come in this house. Those are the last words from John. I hope you feel better. Note written by Andy Remarks, November 5th, 2014. All right. Well, at least we found the end of Home from Work. I wasn't exactly sure where we were going with that. I kind of thought I was going to be trapped in that room forever, but I'm glad we weren't. And at least we got a little closing remark from our friend Andy, who has a very aptly named name. So yeah, if you want to go check out Home from Work, it is going to be available for free in the link, which is in the description. And you can go let me know what you think of this experience yourself if you'd like. Feel free to comment below and let me know what you thought of it. It certainly had its moments. I was a little disappointed by some of the graphical fidelity issues and such, but there was also more to do with the the game being a little bit in the realm of drudgery at points. We're going up and down and up and down and up and down, and as long as there's some sort of framework to make that happen, I don't generally tend to mind too much. But there was a lot of just aimless, like, let's wait for something to happen, and I am never a huge fan of when that happens in games. Give me a motivation, give me a story, give me something to work with instead of just arbitrary walking. Unless the arbitrary walking takes me through a place that's very, very pretty, and then I don't have to think so much about where I'm going. I don't know. That's my 2 cents anyway. Let me know what you think about Home from Work in the comments, and I will see you for another episode of Indie Impressions tomorrow. New episodes go up every single day. Hope to see you back. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, and I will see you all later.